I have always heard that America or the US is obese. We're overweight, we're unhealthy, we're unfit. All these negative connotations with our health. The third dimension that I want to talk about is exercise, right? You can eat a moderate amount of food, be moderate with your food, be intentional with your food. If you're getting bloating, right, it's because you're not secreting enough of those digestive enzymes. If you're not secreting enough of those digestive enzymes, it's either because you're scarfing down the food, you're eating too much, or maybe a combination of both factors, right? So you need to be moderate with your food and intentional in your purpose with everything, okay? Also, you need to have a consideration for the quality of your food. We talked about that. Both of those things, unfortunately, will not maximize the potential of your health. You also need to incorporate exercise, like we said. Your body was meant to move, and it actually needs to move. A lot of people think that, oh, it's okay because science has developed so much, and the doctors can fix me. The doctors can fix me. That's the wrong concept. The doctors don't fix you. What the doctors tend to do is they try, or what some of them try to do is they try to put your body in an advantageous position where your body can heal itself. Now I say some because it's starting to become to a point where, you know, everything has become a business and they want to do the best to provide you the most satisfaction. And the way they do that is not necessarily by getting to the root cause, because let's be honest, that's a rigorous process. If you come in to the doctors and say, I have arm pain, it might be a problem of the arm, it might not be. And then once you do find the source of the problem, you have to figure out, where did that problem even arise from? Was it 5 years ago and has it been developing? Or was it a small thing that happened 2 months ago? So what they do instead, and I'm using very loosely, is they will suppress your symptoms. I have a headache. What do people tend to do for a headache? They give you Tylenol, right? Tylenol, the drug of the century, they say. A drug where you can find anywhere. You can go to a gas station, a pharmacy, a food store. You can probably even go to a baby store and find Tylenol. It's become that common. We need to rephrase the question. Instead of saying, I have a headache, how can I get rid of it? We need to say, or ask rather, I have a headache. Why do I have a headache? And once we start to ask that question, we can actually resolve the actual problem, so you don't have to continue to take Tylenol. Your body, okay, the idea behind Darwinism is that over time, if you believe in this, over time, that species evolve. They become more adapt to and fit to survive and reproduce. So if you believe that we are becoming less fit as a society, that, oh, our body is working against us and it wants us to get a headache, or gene mutations are responsible with no part on your own or the environment, that genes solely are responsible for poor health, for all these diseases that are arising out of nowhere. You have it completely wrong. Because the idea behind Darwin's theory of evolution is to become more adept, okay? So to survive in our environment. But the problem is that our environment has changed drastically, okay? Now, I don't really, I've been talking a lot. It's been about 13 minutes. So I'll try to wrap it up here. We talked about exercise, quantity of food, quality of food. And the fourth one is happiness, right? This one is going to seem cliche, but let me give you an example, okay? They did a study where they had participants both try to lose weight in an experiment, and they prescribed the same regimen to both people, okay? Now, they also had those people rate their satisfaction with life, their rating of happiness, we can say. And what they remarkably found, or maybe even unsurprisingly found, depending on what perspective you're coming from, is that those who were more satisfied with life, those who had more happiness, on average, lost significantly more weight than those who did not, okay? Same regimen. How is that even possible, okay? It's not like they fixed it and they did two different weight loss regimens and made one happy and one not. They didn't do any of that. They gave them the same thing. Happiness is crucial because happiness is, I don't want to use the word fulfill you because a lot of people will overuse that phrase. What I want to say is that ultimately at the core, it is the root of everything, right? You have energy, and the energy you give off is going to be absorbed by other people and ultimately radiated onto other people. So if you're having a piss poor day, that's fine. But don't put that on other people because they're going to feel that. Sorry, my alarm went off. So, when you're having, when you're with your friends and say he's having a horrible day because his mom's giving him a hard time, or maybe, I don't know, he got in a car accident or his girlfriend broke up with him. He's having a piss poor day. You're there for him because he's your friend. But you really don't want to be there. You don't want to be there because you know that is bringing you down too. You don't like that energy. You can feel it. And you almost feel like it's bringing you down with it. Okay? Also, with this happiness concept is that people will think this is fiction when I talk about like you can heal yourself, right? And I mean, to an extent, it can be. But a positive mental mind frame is much more resistant to illness than that is not. And I know it sounds cliche, like, oh, you should be happy because, and you should stay positive because of the people around you and because it's good for you and da-da-da. Why is it good for you? It will actually prevent illness. The first thing a lot of us do when we get upset is we get down on ourselves. And we talk about all the reasons why me, this is horrible, da-da-da-da, and even, getting worse and worse, going downward on this spiral. This only exaggerates the problem. It only worsens the problem. It only makes it longer for us to recover. And this is a tricky thing to do. And I don't know if I have a solution in this video, especially since, this one has really been dragging out. You need a positive mind frame. You need to be moderate and intentional with your food intake. You need to exercise because it's not just good for your body, it's good for your mind. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to be happy. We need to have a positive mind frame, not just for ourselves, but the people around us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I got for this video. We'll see you all in the next video. Peace.